Hey, how's it going, everybody? Good morning. It's about 7:20. This is Joe. I'm at the Phraek Sa BTS station. I'm going to head on down the line into Samrong and check out another train station. I think I have 2 more to go before I've hit everything off in that direction. So let's see what I'm missing. Now the phone says it's 84 degrees, feels like 92. If you would have asked me to guess, I'd say it's 75 degrees and windy. It feels pretty nice. So here we are in Phraek Sa. We're going to go Phraek Sa, Thang La, Ekamai, Prakanang, Agnut, Bangkok, Pudawiti, Udamsuk, Bang Na, Bering, Samrong, Phu Chau, Tang Erwan, Royal Thai, Pak Nam. Ooh, I always pronounce that one wrong. I'm going to skip it. And I think we're going to Phraek Sa. And then there's Salut and Kiha. But let's go take a look at Phraek Sa on this Friday morning. And from Phraek Sa to that area, I'm going to estimate will take 25 minutes, but we'll time it. And just like every train in the world, the platform will be marked with the last station. Although these last stations are changing monthly. They just keep adding trains. And the train's arriving at the station, we'll call it 7:26. So we'll start the timer to head on out to the third last train stop on the line. Now most of the traffic is going in the other direction. So this train should be a little emptier than coming into the city. So we just left the Bering BTS station and pretty much everybody got off the train. That's the popular St. Andrews International School. And they're making an announcement that the next station, I believe the next station, Samrong, is the end of the line for this train. If you're going in the other direction, oftentimes it's Mo Chit. They make you get off the train, then they reposition this train to a middle track for probably timing purposes. And you get on a train 3 minutes later heading back in that direction. So I'm sure this train is turning around and heading back towards, say, Ekamai, but I'm continuing off in the other direction, so I need to wait for the next train. And pulling into Samrong, where we need to change trains, and you'll do that about half the time. We're at the 18-minute mark. And just like all these train stations, the other side heading into the city, that's where the traffic is going to be. But on our side, you step off the train and just wait for the next train to arrive. And I did a video on this Samrong area. That's the Metropolis building within feet of the BTS. And it's kind of a hazy day, but you can see the city off in the distance. I don't know if you can see it down the way. There's a middle track, and another train is going to pass these people. It said the next train is not in service, so they definitely use this Samrong area at this end of town to get the trains timed, and then on the other side it's Mo Chit. Sometimes you get lucky and you just continue on down the line, but we've been waiting a good 2 or 3 minutes and the train hasn't left yet. Well, it's obviously waiting to get to that middle track. So here comes the approaching train from the middle track, and then I assume this train will take off. So keep all that in mind when you're making your commuting decision. I'll say 50% of the time you're going to have to get off and change trains here at Samrong, and I'd guess 50% in the Mo Chit. Yeah, it's just passing all these people by. Well, they said the next train is not in service, but now it's obviously stopping, so just go with the flow. And then once I change trains here in Samrong, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stops up to Phraek Sa, and then it's only 2 more stops to the end of the line. Over here is the new MRT Yellow Line station. And as expected, the train I just got off, it went into that middle track, and then there's another train just sitting there. Yeah, they know what they're doing. They don't want a train showing up every 1 minute or every 7 minutes. So here's the next train, and I assume we'll be able to get on this one. So it's 7:49 and we're back moving again. So far we've traveled 24 minutes to Samrong. And I always pronounce this next station wrong. Let's see what the BTS lady says.
สถานีต่อไปศรีนครินทร์ next station ศรีนครินทร์ สถานีต่อไปแพร่กษา next station แพร่กษา
Alright, next station, Phraek Sa. And that's where we're heading today. We arrived, Phraek Sa. It took little over 36 minutes, including the train change. There at Samrong. Right on the side of the BTS is a Robinson's. Says it's a lifestyle center with a Tops. That's a market. McDonald's, KFC, Starbucks. Major Simplex movie theater. And I've actually been up here one time. Right over there is the Black Night Market. So that was a fun night market years ago. Yeah, it felt like I was on the train for an hour and a half, but you could see it was about 35 minutes. Now, just on the other side of the train, I never explored over there, so maybe let's head over there and start. I think this building right next to the station is a Big C place. And you can see how many stations are on this light green line, but we're towards the end of the way here. This Phraek Sa station and then two more. And we started right about there in Prompong. Well, where's Prompong? There it is. Prompong, Asok, Nana. That's pretty much the center of Bangkok, at least expat central. And I use a rabbit card, so I don't do a very good job of keeping track of the fares, but I just asked the young lady in the booth, a ticket from here to Asok, one way, 50 baht. And looking down Sukhumvit, you can see the next train station's a nice, easy walk. And the Big C place, Samrong, it says opens at 9 in the morning, but I've never seen a Big C that opened before 10 in the morning, so that's not bad. I don't think I can get in there and show you the other stores, but normally around the Big C, you're gonna have a Boots Pharmacy. I see a Pizza Hut, on and on. Oh, this is a road I'm standing in. I thought it was just a little walkway. Let's get on the other side of the Big C and take a peek. Then we'll head over towards that Robinson Shopping Center on the other side of the train. It doesn't look like I'm able to go back there. There's a guard and loading dock. So maybe I'll walk over to the other side of the Big C. I don't see a large condo building on this side. There's one right over by the Robinson and that Black Night Market. Let's take a quick look to the right here. I think that I saw a KFC near Sukhumvit. And this is a Caltex, which has all the markings of a Texaco in the United States. Gas station. Yeah, with a KFC and a couple of local businesses. I'm gonna walk on the other side of the gas station here. It looks like there might be some small low-rise options. These are all a 5-minute walk to the BTS. No, there's not much over here, just a real local neighborhood. So we're gonna switch over to the other side. And off to the left here, that's the Robinson. And one nice high-rise within feet of the BTS. And there's our BTS station. About a 2-minute walk to the right is, I think it's a President building. It has the same logo as the President right there at Soi 81 and on Newt. And this really nice Robinson. I like having a movie theater. Movies are somewhat affordable. You can do as cheap as 120 baht a ticket on movie day. I think that's Tuesday or Wednesday. It depends on the chain. But the regular price is even 250 to 350 depending on how plush a leather seat you want. The Sin Club there at the Emporium near my home, it only has kind of top of the end seats. So it's oftentimes 350 baht, although I'll pay 220 for the last showing of the night, the 10:15 movie. They're trying to get people in there. That works fine with me. I'm a night owl anyhow. Now this is a cockpit, which is like a, I always refer to things in the US because that's all I know, a Midas muffler. They'll do tires and catalytic converters, mufflers, that kind of thing. And the Robinsons it's a nice little department store. There's also one near Terminal 21 at the top of, in between Soi 17 and 19 in the Asok area. I go in there a lot. They'll have different sale items. Sometimes you need to, well, all the time, you need to sign up for their little email thing and you'll get coupons on the phone for 10%, 20%. So be a little careful on some sale items, especially in that Robinson. If it says 30% off, well, you're only going to get that when you're a club member or whatever it is. But take the 2 minutes to sign up. Not a big deal. Cancel it if you don't want to see the emails anymore. But it's worth it to get the, well, it's worth it to get 10% off. I don't think I've ever ventured behind this mall. I've only been up here once for that night market. So let's head off this way. That looks like it might be a 6-story condo building or apartments. And the cockpit's just waiting for customers. Looks like oil changes, batteries. It works. Yes, it's another little 6-story building, but it's on the other side of that wall in the other neighborhood. You'd think they would have a little access gate with a buzzer for the residents, but maybe there's a shortcut back here I'm unaware of. But at least one other option besides that large President's building. And the Robinson and all those businesses are probably not going to open until 10. It's a little after 8. Here's a huge motorbike parking and a building over here that kind of looks like a mosque to me. But what do I know? I'm gonna go over and take a peek. I see a motorbike that just zipped through there, so I'm assuming there's access. Yeah, here comes another one. And then we'll go back over here by that President building and the night market below. I didn't see a lot of activity. Oftentimes at those night markets, they'll have 1 or 2 stands open for breakfast, but don't head off to the night market at 2 in the afternoon or you're going to be the only person standing there. It's called a night market for a reason. It's just too hot in the day to mess around. So those are the BTS tracks straight ahead, and just on the other side would be that Big C Plaza. And I've walked over into this little neighborhood. I'm kind of interested in what this building is. Trying to watch the motorbikes. Maybe the front is around the corner. Kind of a cool little local neighborhood that less than a 10-minute walk to the BTS. But 99% of expats up in this area, they're probably going to stay at that one President's building. And it looks like they're doing some rehab. Beautiful building. And you can really get lost in these little neighborhoods around every BTS. But before I do that, I'm gonna backtrack and head back over towards that President's. I can see a large street way off in the distance. I'm assuming that'll be the next time I can make a left and get back over towards that President's building. So let's just go ahead and here's a laundromat. We're gonna go ahead and backtrack the way we came. Before I get 2 miles out of the way, here's some really affordable clothes. I see a lot of 80 baht options. Yeah, if you were an expat living back here, you're going to be one of the few, but maybe that's what a lot of people are looking for. And here's a nice, simple, no-frills building this far down the train line. I'm sure that will come at a Very affordable rate. We're gonna head back over to where the base of that large building, and unless they've changed the name, it used to be called the Black Night Market. And the side view of that one little 6-story low-rise building, very close to the train. And there's Robinson Center also. I think I already pointed out the Tops, nice little grocery store. Super Sports, it's shoes, I believe. Power Buy is like electronics, kind of like a Best Buy in the US. H&M clothes. I don't know what B2S is. Office Mate, good place to get your printer, ink, and paper, just like an Office Mate anywhere in the world. And we're back out in front. There's our BTS station. We're now walking towards the President's Building and the night market. More street food options and probably places to get your nails down out front. There's another KFC. So you can have one on either side of the train. KFC's pretty popular over here. It's not terribly expensive for a Western option. McDonald's, Subway, these kind of places, you're going to pay pretty much the same amount as the US, if not a little bit more. I try to keep it local, and I eat a lot of Thai food and Japanese food, Korean food. Unfortunately, I eat a lot of pub food, which is good. I try to go with the healthier options, but you're going to pay for that sitting in a British or Irish pub. Plus, it's pretty easy to have a couple of pints with that steak dinner or whatever's on special. But I'm out here walking 10 miles in the Bangkok heat, so I'm sweating a lot of it off. Let's check the hours on that Tops. I think it says 9:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. It does. Nope, I take that back. It says 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. But you can see it's a nice sized grocery store. And the old McDonald's is also open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And it says they have a tuk-tuk service. I'm assuming it's taking you to different points away from the train. That's something a local will have to help you with. Here's an EV station. A lot of electric vehicles around town. Okay, I'm trying to get over to that President, but it's making me walk back out front. And there's the President, beautiful one tower high rise. Feet from the Black Night Market. Let's walk over there. Now, when I was in here 4 years ago, they had music going on a stage, and it was during World Cup, so that was also going. I want to say it went till midnight, but maybe even later on the weekends, I'm not sure. Just hundreds of stands. More permanent structures like this ice store, and then others are just these little cubicles. Yeah, I still see black market markings. But as you can see, it's dead quiet at 8:30 in the morning. If I remember right, these were bars over here. And then way at the end, where you see those chairs at the end, is a little stage area. And this will all be hustling with people late into the evening. Unfortunately, a lot of these night markets, there's just no shelter for when it just starts pouring rain. But people just deal with that. It's just a part of Bangkok. Here's a side view of the President. And the market just continues. So staying in that President, feet from the train, feet from this night market, is not a bad option if you're looking to get away from the hustle and bustle of Central Bangkok. I'm sure you could live affordable up here. Myself, I like running around Central Bangkok, so it wouldn't be for me, but other people in the comments, yeah, they love getting back out here, and it doesn't hurt that you're probably saving a couple $100s a month on your rent. And here's a long-range view to wrap things up. There's the train station and the big sea off on the right. Cross over to this side and the Robinson, the President building with the night market below. And as you can see, once you leave the train station on the other side of the street, or this side of the street as well, there's just not a lot of other high-rise options. That's not to say you can't get out there and find a nice apartment in a 4-story building, but that'll have to be boots on the ground exploring. If you're doing a little armchair shopping, you can check out Facebook Marketplace. It'll give you the up-to-date prices. I've mentioned it before, a lot of the real estate listings, they're old. They'll put some apartment up for 7,000-8,000 baht, and when you call, if they even answer on that 7,000-8,000 ad, they probably won't. They'll say, yeah, it's gone, but I have one for 14,000 baht. Would you like to see that? But Facebook Marketplace, it's going to pretty much give you the up-to-date information. I don't know. I'm torn on recommending getting a place without an agent. I did both. I worked through a large building like that President. The ladies in the office and signed a lease, and it all worked out fine. Maybe I got lucky. I got my deposit back, on and on. I know that's a big discussion. You're going to get ripped off. You're not going to get your deposit back. I always have. So maybe that just, depends on a little bit of luck and what kind of tenant you are. I'm sure if you're a troublemaker, well, maybe they're going to stick it to you on the way out the door, but I've never had any problems. But I would lean towards getting a reputable realtor to help you get through that Thai lease. It's going to be in English and Thai, but it'll just make your life a little simpler. That you may or may not find on Facebook Marketplace, but you can get an idea of prices at least. Your best bet's probably going to be establish a relationship with a realtor and just have that person email you the current listings, and just keep an eye on it for 6 months before you move over. You'll have a pretty good idea of what things cost, and hopefully my videos will help a little bit on trying to pick a neighborhood. And if it's helpful to you, consider subscribing. Thumbs up wouldn't hurt either. And as we get up into the quieter parts of Bangkok, the suburbs, you'll find these bot buses racing you off to the different neighborhoods. People are probably more familiar with the bot bus in, say, Pattaya in Bangkok. There's just so many people, they have to stuff those big school buses. Now, I failed to point out there's one other building. You can see it off in the distance. That's probably a little under a 15-minute walk from the BTS. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be the exact same price as this President. So you might as well make your life simple. Live within feet of the movie theater and the Robinson. But I'll leave that up to you. All right, so we're back up at Phraek Sa. I appreciate you watching. There'll be more videos to come. You have a great morning.